Fazbear Entertainment would like you to put your hands together for the one, the only,
Like me, you probably have some characters who you think deserved more from their franchise. Underrated, some may say. For me, there's a certain rat from FNAF that I don't think gets enough spotlight, and that is... Okay, you may be wondering why I think he's underrated, even though there was a Glitchtrap frenzy back when Help Wanted was released. And I will be going over that later, but for now, I'll go over the Ratman himself, Glitchtrap.
Face, money, fun.
Firstly, I'd like to talk about how Glitchtrap's design serves its purpose perfectly. Being a green mascot suit, the stress, stitching, and unfocused eyes give a feeling of uncared for and
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Fazbear Entertainment would like you to put your hands together for the one, the only,
that seems to hug him in an unnerving and way too tight way, making them feel more like a living suit than an actual person inside of the thing. And the living suit motifs do not stop there, as if you look closer at Glitchtrap, not only is he just really uncomfortable and really filthy, honestly, but if you look even closer, underneath his eyes and underneath his mouth, you can see what appears to be drool or some sort of mucus spilling out from both of his eyes and his mouth, giving off the feeling that this thing is alive, being able to produce its own fluids. And overall, the more you look at Glitchtrap, the more you notice how wrong he's built. Like, this could just be this could just be a situation where Steelwool just didn't know how to render the proportions for Glitchtrap, but he's just built wrong that I don't think it was unintentional. He's built uncomfortably long. The more you look at him, the weirder and uncanny he gets. You ever notice how Glitchtrap, when he's always hunched over, is almost bigger, as big, or if not taller than you, having to hunch down just to be eye to eye, which that in itself is already very unnerving, because he's hunched over, he should not be that tall. But also, the more you look at his proportions, the worse it gets, because his arms, it could just be a thing of the reference being just wonky, but his arms are way too long. His arms almost reach his knees. He's just too awkward. Moving on to my next point of the video.
Face, money, fancy.
Initial story in Help Wanted was a really cool and well done idea. Simple, sure, but it's a cool idea nonetheless. The idea that this mimicking AI was going to attempt to copy William Afton's actions, but if not that, then maybe even attempt to be William Afton, was a cool idea. And in game, he's very unsettling, moving towards you in a very slow and calculated manner with each tape you collect, like a predator slowly stalking in on its unsuspecting prey, waiting for the moment to strike. But not only is he just very creepy for being stalkery, but also his infamous little dance after he stuffs you into the Freddy suit and you just watch him dance around, frolicking almost, shows a mischievous but also very maliciousness in his actions. This may be even giving us a tiny glimpse into how William actually acted when killing these children, not being just some stoic, serious killer that just killed these children in cold blood. Not only did he do that, but he would torment these kids while they are suffering and frolicked around like a playful cartoon character, like some sort of messed up gesture. Glitchtrap also demonstrates his control and how much he has an influence on not only those who are inside of the virtual world, but those on the outside in the real world. Glitchtrap is able to manipulate and control those who have encountered him, those who have accidentally let him into their minds. Like the one character, Jeremy, the Jeremy from Help Wanted, because Scott really likes tormenting Jeremys. He had such an influence from Glitchtrap so strongly that Vanessa details how she found him with his face cut off from the paper cutter.
There was something that looked like a Halloween mask laying on the floor. I didn't understand. Ink must have spilled. It was only then that I heard a shuffle from the testing room and realized Jeremy must be there. I went back and peered in the window. I couldn't see his face. He had the visor covering his head. He had ink spilled on himself as well. The front of his shirt looked black in the dark room.
This shows how much of an actual threat this thing could be if it could send someone that mad or control them to do such a thing to themselves, to mutilate their own bodies like that. And then you have Vanessa, who was so influenced by this thing that she made a whole new different persona named Vanny just to serve him. This showing that Glitch had a very, very strong influences on those around him, being able to worm himself into their brains like a parasite. And lastly, I'll go over why I think Glitchtrap is not only very much a situation of missed potential, but also very misused.
Face, money, fancy clothes.
As for my underrated comment, you might be wondering why I say underrated, as during 2020 or 2021, when Help Wanted was released, there was a massive craze of Glitchtrap. And yes, during that time, Glitchtrap was very popular, but once Help Wanted was past news, he was kind of tossed away. Well, he was tossed away till Help Wanted 2, where he, Glitchtrap was built up to be this almost cult-like leader of sorts, having massive influence on people he got his hands on, but yet, when Security Breach came, he wasn't really present. You can say he was because of the Mimic, but Glitchtrap and the Mimic are two different versions of the same thing. It's just so disappointing seeing such a cool idea be wasted. The idea that this AI started an entire cult, causing an entire slew of copycat killers to pop up from this AI who thinks it's a person. But alas, Glitchtrap was just a stepping stone for the Mimic, and when we finally see him again, it's only for him to be killed off. It just sucks because personally, I thought Glitchtrap was going to be a really big character in the new era of FNAF, being this new villain that not only is a new villain, but also keeps some traits of what we are known to be accommodated to. Maybe being similar to GLaDOS in the sense that she is an AI, but also has part of a human's psyche inside of her. Maybe another Am situation where it's this thing that wants to be human or copy a human but can't, and then learns to maybe even hate humanity in return. But alas, Glitchtrap is just lumped in to be an extension of the Mimic in one way or another, and seen as no more at this point in the fandom.
Face, money, fancy clothes.
Overall, I think Glitchtrap is a character who got so much build-up and potential that ended up leading to not much of anything for the character besides helping with the Mimic, a good design, a concept, but underused and wasted.